Spitwads, what a great episode we have for you today. We're doing one of my favorite things. No, it's not Liar Liar. That is on the episode. That's not my favorite thing. I hate that. We're firing Al Borland. We are getting rid of that turd. Get him out of here. And our draft is a battle royale. Has there ever been a better episode? Probably not. But you're going to have to listen to find out.
What happens when three buffoons give life advice, explore unrealistic situations, and give random topics more thought than they probably deserve? It's the Spitballers Podcast with Andy, Mike, and Jason.
Welcome in. Oh, Jason. Very nice.
The heart is racing. I'm about to have a heart attack. Let's go.
Is that different from normal?
It's not my, I would say 25% of the time I'm ready for the heart attack, but I would say the majority of my life I'm unprepared for the incoming.
Yeah, you're a little sweaty, if I may say so myself.
Oh, am I? That's a shame.
You're glistening just a little bit, but that's because you were scatting, and that I get
and you right before the show, you're always going to powder up.
Yeah,
right before the show, you pulled up sounds from the Amazon, and that's how you were preparing.
Yeah.
So here was my strategy today, right? Because I love the scat. It's one of
your favorite.
It's one of my favorite things. I wish I could do it every time, but I let you guys have it every
rules
now and then.
Rules, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I'm an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of me doing it, what if I act like Jack Black doing it? And so I put myself right there, and I tried to, the classic phrase, what would Jack Black do?
Yes, of
course.
And that's apparently what he would do if I were him. So
I find that probably 80% of my mannerisms are if you took Jack Black and Conan O'Brien and you just you fuse them together.
Oh my
that's
God.
a weird combo, man. I think most people
really
do not.
though. I'm just ripping both of them off. That's my whole shtick.
Well, Jason, you are if Jim Carrey and Jack Black combined all
There
of
you
their
go.
mannerisms.
Yeah, because I'm like a fat Jim Carrey. Totally get it.
No, you just said you channeled him.
Oh, absolutely.
You didn't
got to
just
go
channel his weight.
No, I know, but you got to go with your people, and that's why I'm his people.
I
It's
gave
like
you
the
Jim
opposite.
Carrey.
It's the opposite of the rhino scene, right?
Right.
You're climbing in?
That's how I see it.
Okay. Welcome
Maybe
into
it's
the
just the
Spitballers.
regular rhino scene. Jason's the rhino. That's what all I'm trying to say is that Jason's the rhino.
Yeah, nice. Would you rather on the show today? Liar, liar, coming back at you. Al Borland going to try to stump us once again.
Not this
Not
time.
happening. Nope.
Not this time.
Never happened.
And we have a battle royale. It's been a while since we've battled, and so we get to do that today.
Yeah, I plan to, in the battle royale,
Yes.
kill you.
Okay. All right.
That is
All
my
right.
plan.
Kids, only in a battle royale.
Right. Only in a
That's it.
hypothetical battle royale. I mean, that is the goal, right? The goal
Yes,
is
that is
certainly.
the goal.
all right. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So I will kill you.
At Spitballers Pod on Twitter. SpitballersPod.com is the website. You can join and support the show over there at SpitballersPod.com or join thespit.com, however you use the internet.
The Spitwads are the best. And if you're listening and you're thinking, I love this show, I've really enjoyed it, I want to help support it, you can go to jointhespit.com, become a Spitwad, and otherwise, you can be on the outside, and you can be one of those people who aren't Spitwads.
Yeah, if you want to freeload or whatever, that's cool. Just make sure that if you're going to freeload, you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
there you go.
You're also welcome to head on over to spitwadsquad.com if you prefer that.
Wait, does that work too?
It does.
It does.
Do we
Jeremy
have
made
3
sure.
domains?
Yeah, you can. There's innumerable.
Well, you should go in order. What number? What word is that, Jason?
Innumerable. That's not right.
All right, let's get into it.
Would you rather?
All right. Drew from Patreon asks this question. Would you rather have the power of invisibility or the ability to read minds, knowing that whatever you choose, the rest of the population has the same superpower?
Oh, what a good twist. I was like, wait, I feel like we've had a question like this, but goodness, that's a twist.
Nice twist.
I had the immediate thought of one, okay, if someone can read your mind, that's not a good place to be.
Sure.
Everyone's got those thoughts that's why they're thoughts, and it's okay, but you don't vomit them out the mouth and everything is okay. But then I thought, okay, wait, if everyone can read minds whenever, is our society actually slightly improved? Are we going to be more civil to each other?
You can't be dishonest, right? There is no dishonesty in a world where you can
lying
read minds.
is gone. It's
Lying
out
is
the
done.
window.
Well, and I think what that means is actually that our judgment, we'll let it go a little bit more, because it's easy to hold on to judgment that nobody can see. But when you're judging someone and everybody knows about it, then you're exposed. So this is like bringing us into the light. Our deeds are already exposed. My deeds might not be that bad anymore. I might not be judging y'all. I'm going to be like, whoa, nice hat, Mike. Nice
This got
hat.
very deep. Very quickly.
But on the other hand, if half of the world is invisible, I'm afraid everywhere I go. I'm literally, I mean, go take,
Oh no. No.
Where do you feel safe? Where could you possibly feel safe knowing that half the world?
Nowhere.
Here's the thing. I would always be invisible. If I had that power, I would just choose. So now the world is empty. It's like, Last Man on Earth style. Everyone's afraid to show themselves.
You're a contrarian if you're
I was
visible.
thinking that I would live in a house with a fog machine in every room. Would that give me
with
the
lasers.
definition?
Yes. Yeah.
For
No, that would work.
sure.
I've seen the
What if
Kevin
you were
Bacon movie.
you're in your house and you decide, I'm going to hook the fog machine up, and when you flip that thing on, there's 38 people. 38
Oh my gosh.
people just staring at you.
They're all in your home. That would be
and they all start
terrifying.
just shuffling towards the door because they've been found out.
You go to turn that fog machine on, and it's like, oh, it's unplugged again. What is happening?
Oh,
It's just
no.
like roaches. But it's humans
they all
scattering.
scurry out of the house.
So officially, let me read this question again.
Yes.
Would you like to improve society and get rid of judgment by having deep, dark thoughts exposed so that we don't have them? Or would you like to be fearful of everywhere you go and have someone in the room that you can't see at all times? I'm going with option A.
It's a rave everywhere.
Oh,
Smog
Man,
machines.
okay, that one's great. That was a great question. Robin from Instagram, would you rather swap the digits in your age or your height? In terms of inches, I guess. So wait, what would that
Okay.
be? So I would go from 6'2" to 2'6".
Yeah, you'd be 2'6".
Or I'd go from 36 to 63.
I thought, well, okay.
So
you can continue.
young and miniature, or old and the same height.
So I
So
am.
are you going inches? So Andy, you're
Jason's
6'4"?
about to reveal.
Well, hold on. So Andy, you're 6'4", right? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm 6'2".
Okay, so you're 6'2",
So that's 74 inches. So you would
you'd
be 47 inches.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. All right.
Okay, so you're just under. Just
Can
under
someone
4
do
feet.
the math for me for 47 inches? What is that in American?
It's about
Please.
4 foot. 4
Thank
foot
you.
is 48 inches.
40. And now I'm looking at mine because I'm 6 foot, so I would be 27. So I would
You'd be a wee little lad.
I'd be a wee lad.
I see, and I was all excited because I'm thinking I'm 5'11" and we're switching the inches and the feet, and I'd be 11 foot 5 inches. It's me. Pass me the ball. I'll dunk it.
You wouldn't be able to move.
That's
Here's what I
why
would
he
do.
said in inches.
Because if I was 11 foot 5 inches, I would be proving my Yao Ming NFL method true, that I can just throw me the ball 5 feet out there, I'll fall to the ground.
And I would be 6 inches tall because it would be 0'6".
Now I would. That's right. You'd be 0
I'd
feet
be smashed.
6 inches.
I would no longer exist.
It doesn't matter what my height is. I can't choose the reverse age. Unfortunately, I am 38, which means I would be 83.
Ooh,
And
that doesn't work.
I am not going to choose to have my life be near the end that close. I mean, I do plan on living to be 128, but
Right.
Wait,
We
hold
all,
on.
we all
hold on.
do, actually.
That your plan went from you aren't making it past what
36.
36. You're not going to make it past 36 to now you're going the distance to over 120.
Yeah, I mean, once you pass.
What happened?
Well, I learned
Elon
that
Musk happened.
I learned that I wasn't going to die, Mike. I mean, once I didn't die
128.
at 36.
The
Yeah,
lawnmower man.
so how
The
tall
young
would I
people
be?
die at 128 with Elon Musk's world.
You
Al
are currently
Borland-
71 inches, so you would be 17 inches.
Oh man, so this sucks either way for me. I'm either 83 years old or 17 inches. Now, do I get to start growing again?
Nope. Just
This is-
horizontally.
Oh man, that's actually a really tough question. Then 17.
Would you rather be
inches.
17 inches tall, so you're less than a foot and a half,
Yeah.
or
That's wild.
you're 83 years old? What could you do if you became? Let's just explore this for a second. If we all became a foot and a half tall today,
It's the Matt Damon movie.
what happens to your life? Oh yeah, where they all got small.
Downsize or whatever. Did anyone see that movie?
No, I wanted to see it, but
I
everyone
look
said
so
it
promising.
sucked.
Look, I can tell you,
Oh, here
I
we go.
saw about a quarter of that movie.
Oh no!
and
you
it
don't
lived
have.
up. It lived up to the billing because I mean I don't know, maybe the ending is fantastic, but everybody said it was terrible, and then I was like, it looked good, so I put it on. I'm like, this is trash.
It was bad.
Oh,
it was a bad get go.
that's sad.
But
Okay.
what would life be like? Like if I'm a foot
You're
and a
carried
half,
around, right? People are carrying you around.
Oh, for sure, I'm in someone's backpack. I mean that's
Like Yoda. Yoda's
Yeah, you're like Baby Yoda.
1.7.
no
Yeah.
Yoda's like 3 and a
Not
half.
baby.
No,
You'd be Baby
no,
Yoda.
he's
Oh,
not.
baby Yoda. Yeah, yes, real Yoda is like 3.5 feet at
Is
least.
he?
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger.
Think
My
about
Star
him.
Wars metrics are off.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to rely on everybody for everything. So I think I'm going to take the reverse of my inches in height, and I will be
Yep.
11 feet 5 inches.
Oh, so you took the option that you don't have. Good.
That is correct.
Good. All right, Tyler from Twitter. Would you rather have your pet's life span doubled or their IQ tripled? By the way,
Ooh.
according to Al Borland, Yoda is 2 feet 2 inches tall.
Oh, who was closer?
Yoda
who
bomb.
was closer?
Yoda bomb.
I
From
don't know
Mike.
that you're closer, 3.5 feet to 2 feet. Oh no, you're closer. Okay, that's pretty simple
Where were
math
you
to figure
going
out.
with
Look,
that?
sir,
Okay.
if you include mathematics, fine. Maybe you're closer.
All right, so Yoda's short, and would you rather have your pet's lifespan doubled or their IQ tripled? So,
Oh,
The
wait.
problem-
Oh, my dog?
yeah.
The problem is
Oh,
if
no.
you triple the IQ
Oh,
of a dog,
no.
I would
Yeah, that's
really
not-
want that lifespan extended. I mean,
No,
that's
no,
the
no.
best dog of all time.
Okay, look,
You think triple a dog's IQ is a big
that's
difference?
a problem. No, that's a big problem. Okay, like when
It's a big problem?
yeah. Well, I guess
Wouldn't you
because-
have to go more than triple on a dog to get it to a level where it's
Well,
not
see,
a
'cause here's-
dog?
Here's immediately where I went. Like my dog, she's a pretty smart dog, but when we leave, she goes in a kennel. Now, and so that was my immediate thought. If this dog's IQ is triple, and we're like, yeah, go hang out in the kennel, she's not gonna have any of that nonsense. But I guess if you triple the IQ of a dog, they don't really need to go in a kennel. You give them the remote because they know how to watch the television.
Yeah, you say, watch the house. And they talk back and they say, you got
I am
it.
stuck on the idea that if you triple a dog's IQ, you can hand them a remote control and they can talk to
This
you.
is
that the
because you
level
hate-
we're at?
This is
Oh,
because
yeah.
you hate dogs, Andy.
Yeah, you don't realize how smart they are, man.
I mean, there are dogs that can go and use a toilet, and they don't have triple the IQ.
But
there
they're
are
not going to
dogs that-
understand your. They're not going to talk to you with triple the
No,
IQ.
Well, look, they're not
No, they're not
gaining
gonna
new
talk.
vocal cords, but they will understand everything I say. They might not be able to speak the language, but they can understand. I mean, they understand a lot of what I say now. Dogs, you could train them to know what certain sounds mean. This means they're going to know the language.
Dude, they can smell out the COVID, man.
I mean, dogs are
dogs are
Okay.
insane.
So there's at least one study that I've spent years looking this up in the last second, and average dogs can learn up to 165 words, which is similar to maybe a 2-year-old child, including signals and gestures. The
That's just
top
words.
20% in intelligence worldwide of dogs can learn almost 250 words. I'm just trying to quantify tripling the IQ of a dog.
But you
'Cause if
triple
you
an
told
I-
me
You triple an IQ. That's not tripling the words. It's not like you go from 200 to
Exponential,
600.
man.
It's exponential.
no, but I'm trying to understand what a basic IQ of a dog is. That's all.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's a fair question. To me, a dog with
It's a
triple IQ.
2-year-old IQ.
To me, my dogs are way smarter than a 2-year-old. I feel like it's a problem. This is a situation where the dog's like, wait a minute,
You're my pet?
I'm a pet.
Right, that's
It's
fair.
the episode of Rick and Morty where all of a sudden the dog is sentient and the dogs take over the world. It's a problem.
Well, it's only one dog, so he's not taking over the world. But here's
It's a really, really depressed dog
Here's
because none of the other dogs are on the level.
No, but
Oh,
treat. Yeah, I would not treat that dog's not getting dog food. If I've got a super smart sentient dog, he's eating at the table with me, and he's doing it brilliantly. And
Can
when
we
my
get
kids
back to
spill
the
food,
point of this conversation, which is basically that Mike can put things into a kettle or into a kennel as long as they have a low IQ?
as long as
that
they're
the message?
stupid. If my kids were dumb enough, I'd kennel them.
That's what I think the
Wait,
focus
we're
of
not
this
all in
conversation-
agreement upon that?
No, I mean, I guess if they didn't know, get in there, kennel.
Remember when your kids were babies or toddlers and didn't have huge IQs and you would
And
put
you
them
kenneled
in,
them?
You kennel them?
You don't remember putting your babies in a kennel?
You don't
Protect
think
them.
you don't
I
think
just
that
love
a
that
play
was-
pack is a kennel? That's a
I lo-
kennel, dude.
I love it that okay, you might be right there, but I love that Mike thought that the main thing here is he was getting one over on his dog, that he's got him in this kennel,
am.
and he's gonna get hip to you if he gets smart.
She's also like super excited to see me every time I come
that
home.
would go away quickly
Yeah,
with
it
a
would.
better
Like,
IQ.
Instead of like,
it's him again.
instead of I didn't think you were coming back.
back.
So the actual question of the length of the dog's life versus the intelligence of the dog, I would love. I don't see this as a problem. I would love to have my dog be super intelligent. I'm not going to have to worry about potty training. He'll bark when I want him to bark and not bark when I don't want him to bark. He'll have a little bit more control over what he'll know what he should and shouldn't do.
Yeah, but you think you're controlling
But
him
here's what I'm saying is I would, if you're not upping the lifespan, every dog after that is going to be the worst. Is just going to be the worst dog ever.
Okay.
And I plan to have a dog my whole life.
Right.
But that smart dog will be able to he'll probably write up his own will and stuff.
My dog dish goes
I
to
bequeath.
Isaac. What is he giving away? I mean,
I'm just saying he's probably going to be able to he'll rationalize with his own death a little bit differently than the other.
yeah, I'm going to take the longer lifespan.
Yeah, me too.
I love my current dogs, and Sugar, she's so sweet. She's so stupid. She could use the upped IQ. I love her, but
Would
she's
she a triple? Would that just make her on the level
that
of
would
the
make
other
her
dog?
like our other dog. That's right.
Al.
So I guess this really does matter what your current dog is, right? You triple
right.
the
How
IQ of a
stupid is
smart
your dog? Yeah.
I would love Sugar to just be a regular smart dog. That'd be great.
So sweet. So
But I'm
stupid.
going to take the long life. Give Rocky and Sugar a longer time with.
No,
my
you have to
children.
pick one. Sophie's choice.
Okay,
Oh,
Rocky.
no.
Rocky lives a
Okay,
lot longer.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
look, you say you don't have favorites in kids, but I don't have to do the same in dogs. Rocky's better. Rocky, greater sign, Sugar. Sugar's sweet. I love Sugar, just not as much as Rocky, and that's okay. It's a dog. I get to do that.
Yeah, you can get one over on him.
Yeah, because they're so stupid.
He only kennels Sugar.
That's right. Rocky has his own room, his own bed.
Mike, I want you to answer it with a final answer here, and then I have a question for Al.
Oh, I'm taking the double. Yeah,
The double
I'm,
lifespan?
I'm scared of the tripled IQ dog.
Yeah, you'd have to sell your kennel and stuff.
And Andy will never take a dog. That's his answer.
I think I would go. I think I would go double lifespan for the sake of my kids not having to go through losing a dog and stuff like that until they're in their 30s or something. Al, do we have time for one more Would You Rather, or should we move on?
We got time.
All right,
Let's
one
go.
more. Aaron from Patreon says, would you rather lose access to YouTube but retain all social media access, or lose all social media access but retain access to YouTube?
My spider sense tells me Aaron is a little bit of the younger demographic. because like
You're saying it's not essential to you the way it is to the younger demographic?
right. I mean, I use YouTube. Honestly, if you were like able to look at my YouTube history, I use YouTube far more for like music. I find it's easier to find a playlist. It's easier to find just someone streaming a whole bunch of music that I want to listen to, and I never got into the YouTube world. I missed the boat. I mean, I see some of the clips on like Facebook, I guess, because I'm old. That's
On
what happened.
MySpace. You see them on MySpace. Got it.
Look, I get into the Facebook videos, and I understand that all the people like Rhett and Link, they're sensational. I watch all their food videos, but I watch it on Facebook, and I know they're on YouTube, but I'm like,
Now, to be clear, you
I'm
have
not
a
going over
channel
there.
right now on YouTube with over
Oh, look,
220,000 subscribers.
YouTube is incredible. It is. You should never ever stop watching YouTube.
So here's the thing. I'm surprised that you are saying that, because when you said I think he's younger, I thought you were going the opposite. I thought you meant because he's a younger generation, social media is far more important to the core of his life than it is to be like for me.
Oh, that's a great
If I
question.
got rid of social media, I think I'd be a happier person. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Like
We all would.
Yeah, exactly. We all would. Like when I got rid
Yeah,
of
it's a plague, bro.
I haven't used Facebook in like 5 years, partly because our former business revolved around Facebook, and I was just like crazy burnt out. And so I don't use Facebook, and I don't miss it at all. There's not like, oh man,
But you
I
use
wonder what's.
Twitter all the time.
And it's because it's a job. It's a job for me.
Well, I
I
get,
want
look,
off of Twitter.
I
Sorry, guys,
get-
kid, come on.
I get that you putting stuff out on Twitter is part of the job. But to me, like Twitter is a news source. I get tons and tons of breaking news.
It's like a normal news source,
immediately.
but just like way more depressing. Listen, here's
That's
what
fair.
came to mind, because I just built a computer with my 11-year-old son, and it took like a day and a half, and we were putting all these parts together. All my research, how everything worked when I got to a tough part
right.
was I had like 10 YouTube videos I could watch of other people doing it.
Yeah.
And it was like, I actually thought to myself after we were done, I was like, man, what would I have done? Like, I would have had to call somebody that knew how to do this. If they didn't, I would have had to buy a book. It probably would have been shipped to me in 6 to 8 months. And then I would have had to learn in the book, and I could just watch. I mean, 20 years ago, it just is so easy to learn now
But
Yeah,
how to do something.
70%, like I said, of my YouTube is watching music and listening to music. The other 30% is how to change a flat tire.
Oh,
Right.
everything. Everything is how to change
And every
windshield
time
wipers.
I'm like,
How to build-
back to YouTube for the
Yeah.
flat tire.
Yeah.
Literally, the greatest learning platform, the greatest educational platform is YouTube for me, for sure. Like that I have a degree in YouTube, and I can't get rid of YouTube from my life. So I'm cutting social media out. But I did wonder, could you pivot? Like, let's say YouTube didn't exist, right? For music, Mike, you like music. Well, just go to Vimeo. Like,
Yeah, no,
you're fine
Apple
there.
Music or Spotify. I could go
Yeah,
anywhere.
well,
but I'm just trained to go to YouTube.
Can you find DIY videos on Facebook video? Are there enough other platforms? Because this question is specific. The main video platform is gone, or all social media platforms are gone.
No, because maybe something would fill the gap, but YouTube, the reason it works is no matter what you search, there's 5 videos on it.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the YouTube, man.
I'm keeping
You
YouTube.
guys talked
Yeah.
me into it.
All right. Yeah.
man.
Get out of here, social media.
Al, you're
Yeah.
keeping YouTube, right?
For sure.
Also,
All right.
make sure you follow us on IG, on Twitter, at Spitballers Pod. It's really important, and we love the
That's
interaction
right.
there.
That's right. All right, it's time
Oh.
for Liar
Oh,
Liar.
yes.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
As time has passed, this segment has become more and more my favorite segment on this show, because it is the white whale. We have not yet defeated Al.
What are the odds that over the amount of times we've played this game, there are 3 of us that not one of us have ever answered all 3 questions correctly? There's only 3
I'm
questions.
I know.
pretty sure you could figure it out. So,
I'm no math wizard.
no, like, do you guys remember statistics? So how this would work? And I get it. Everyone
You're saying
listening
if
is
the 3 of us could game the system by playing this right?
no, just the chances of one of us. So it's 1 out of 3. and there are 3 different questions. So is that 3 times 3 times
That's
3?
what it's
Why don't you
I think it's
YouTube
like-
it and we can figure that out?
That's a great
I
point.
mean-
That's how you'd answer the question. I feel like it's 1 times 3 times 3, but
I think that's how you do the statistics. I don't
Yeah.
know.
This is
The
not
answer is
the world.
0%. We have the research.
Oh man, talking
okey-dokey.
smack. I was so ready to whoop you last time, Owl, and I am gonna
But
hoot
then you
all over your
didn't.
parade here.
All right. 3 rounds, 3 facts per round. One of them is a bold-faced lie. We must defeat Al Borland today. Round 1. Fact 1. Male pandas do a handstand while peeing on trees to maximize the odor field.
Oh man, that's
Okay, look,
that's a dangerous move, pandas.
It makes sense, and it reminds me. Have you guys ever seen on YouTube? You ever seen a bat take a pee?
Yes.
Is it upside down?
Well, of course.
Because bats hang upside down, but then they right side up, and they use their little hook wings, and they hang on, and then they just
let
They
loose.
let it go.
yeah.
Fact number 2, there is an island between California and Hawaii known as the Pacific Bird. It is 30 meters wide and features a 120-foot tall natural rock formation that greatly resembles a giant hand giving passerbys the middle finger.
It is inappropriate, Pacific
So-
Bird.
There's a possibility that Al is now inventing geography. That's great. And then fact 3, an apple that you purchase in a supermarket was harvested approximately 8 to 12 months before you buy it.
No way.
No way.
No way.
Way.
You know what stinks? What stinks is Al Borland is now even more determined to defeat us.
Yeah.
And I can feel it with these 3 facts.
Oh yeah, because the second fact here, the Pacific Bird, it's so long and so specific that I want to say I don't respect Owl enough that he would come up with all that, but now I still don't respect
don't
him, but I know I
know.
should.
The
I should
Pacific
respect him.
Bird?
It sounds
he's
ridiculous.
flipping the bird?
It's so specific that it's got to be the lie. Here's what I know: an apple. There's no stinking way that it was harvested approximately 8 to 12 months ago. Because if that's the case, they know when they're harvesting these apples, this will rot in 12 months and 14 days. Because you bring an apple home from the grocery store, you got a shelf life.
I don't know. I have thought to myself many times because we do apples in the fridge because I like a cold crisp apple.
Do
I have
people
thought-
not do apples in the fridge?
Monsters.
I don't know.
Monsters don't do
Oh,
apples.
okay,
in the
well,
fridge.
Okay, we're
I
all
wasn't-
3 in the fridge with our apples. All right, all right.
I wasn't sure if it was like everybody does it. But
Some
anyway.
people do their milk in the fridge. Some do it
But
on
anyway,
the counter.
My
Sorry.
point is, I've done the apples in the fridge, and I know that a fridge extends shelf life and stuff. But I have several times thought to myself as I grab an apple, like, "Wow, apples last a really, really long time."
You know,
I have-
as you're saying that, I have.
You've thought it.
We've been doing fondue recently in the Moore household, and
and bragging about it.
oh yes, is this a
farting
humble
in the
brag?
glasses and smelling it too?
And
What is
well, of course,
happening?
but that's been years.
We've been doing a lot of fondue.
And so we have these green apples that we bought, and they've just lasted forever. We bought a new bag of green apples, assuming that our old one was probably too old. I bring it out, I was like, "This is a perfectly fine apple."
No. I'm locking in the apple one's the lie. I'm locking it in. We buy apples all the time. They start to go bad. They start to get a little bit soft and soggy and browny and no.
But that's because they were harvested 12 months ago.
Oh, and 12 months, they last 15 days in my
That's
house
what
and
I'm
then they're
saying.
done.
It's impossible that that's true.
That's my lie. I'm like,
Oh,
look,
man.
I'm
I
just
hate
going
this.
with my gut there.
All right.
Look, I
Andy's
think
in.
I think that the 8 to 12 months cannot be true. Cannot be true. I think that the Pacific Bird is far too specific, which means I think that Al Borland wrote it. So I am taking the first one. I'm taking male pandas do a
Wait.
handstand while peeing on trees because the other 2 are so clearly lies that he's trying to dupe me. And
2
male
of them
pandas,
are true, right?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
So
2 of
I'm
them are
saying
true.
that both of those things I think are lies are true, and that male pandas are doing a handstand while peeing upside down.
You're going reverse
That's
psychology.
the lie. Reverse
There's a lot of-
psychology. I see through you, Owl.
Okay.
There's a lot of Princess Bride thought
Yeah.
process
yeah,
going
yeah,
on.
yeah. He's got us tilting.
Okay.
Mike, lock it in.
Look. I've got
Take
to.
the
I've
bird,
got to take one.
Mike.
I've got to do it. This is for the team.
Yes.
This is for Team Spitballers here.
All right.
The Spitwad Squad. I've got to
.com.
lock in. I've got to lock.
Spitwadsquad.com.
I've got to lock in the island because
Yeah.
I
One of
think
us
it
has
might-
a chance.
I think it's false. And look,
The fact he has us having to do this is terrible.
This is stupid.
All right, Al.
All right, Mike takes the W on that one. The island is completely made up.
Yes.
And yes, your apples are harvested 8 to 12 months before you buy them, and they're stored in like a refrigerated device that like removes the oxygen to prevent decay.
That's
I didn't think
amazing.
about storage like that. That makes so much sense. I was thinking they're just sitting out.
So
I'm
wait,
stupid.
pandas pee upside down? I mean,
Yeah, they
no,
do.
we're burying the lead
yeah,
here.
by getting their urine higher up on the tree, it makes the odor field wider to mark,
Can't you
to
just
mark
climb the
their
tree a
territories.
little bit versus the old handstand?
I can promise you
Can't
that
you just
if
aim?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I were to do a handstand, my urine would be lower than if I tried to get it high while standing.
I'm so disappointed already. All right, round 2. It's all
All right.
Mike is our only hope. Fact 1. Elmo, the Muppet, created by Jim Henson, is the only fictional character to have received knighthood, an honorary doctorate, and a Nobel Prize.
Okay. That sounds true.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
People love
number-
Elmo.
Yeah, they do. Especially the Queen. There exists a biologically immortal species of jellyfish known as the Turritopsis dorhnia. It can reach full
Nailed it.
maturity and then revert to infancy. That's 100% a fact. I know that. That's 100% a fact.
Really? You know that's a fact?
Yeah, I know that's a fact.
Where
That's
have you heard that one?
incredible.
I've just read it. I've read it somewhere. Jellyfish Magazine or something. I don't know.
Jellyfish
Saved us.
Weekly.
You just saved it because I would have locked that in
we're going to
immediately.
help it in. No, this is the lie. This third one. To avoid traumatic brain injury, woodpeckers wrap their tongues around their skulls in a small, empty cavity to help cushion the blows.
Oh, I love this so much because Andy, if you're sure that the second one is true, I am sure that the
No.
third one is true. Which
Oh, you
means
are?
Elmo is a lie. Oh yeah, they absolutely. That's true.
I think they do. It makes
The
sense.
skull
man.
thing, I've never heard that one.
Oh man, we're gonna have to choose our own. I am gonna trust you, Andy. I'm taking Elmo as a lie, and my guess here with Al and his deceitful ways is that like Elmo has, received a
2 of
Nobel
them?
Prize. Yeah, exactly. And
He
and
doesn't
it
do
was,
that to
It
us.
was
He doesn't.
Kermit.
He's never
No,
done that.
No, but I
He
think
made
would
it
be,
all up.
right. But what if 3 different Muppets had received these, but no one had all 3? That's what I think the truth is. So I'm taking Elmo. I'm locking Elmo in as the lie.
They wrap their tongues around their skulls.
I'm taking that
Seems
one as the
difficult.
lie. That one's the lie. I'm going woodpecker liar.
So I trust Andy. Andy doesn't trust me. Mike, where you at?
Yeah, apparently.
Birds are weird. That's what I. That's what I
Solid,
know.
solid.
Jurassic
They are-
Park taught us that they are dinosaurs.
Yes. They were dinosaurs. Now they're birds. They can do very, very bizarre things. And look, I know this about birds. They have tongues.
Yep.
Factual information.
You're really working
They have
through this
skulls.
like a genius.
Look, when you don't know, when you have not much to go on, you grasp for the information you know. I'm going with Elmo. I'm
There's no way that jellyfish. Andy's ruin us here.
I'm locking in the Elmo is
All right.
the lie.
Come on, Mike.
Al?
What was your answer, Andy? I'm sorry.
The woodpecker.
Okay, just making sure. Mike and Jason got that one right. So Mike's on pace here.
All
I
right,
should
Mike.
have trusted
guys.
you. I knew the
And
jellyfish
Jason,
one was true.
I'm offended that you thought I would take something that close to accurate. It's completely made up.
Oh,
Such
that
a
is
good
actually
lie,
a
though.
really
That's-
good lie. If it wasn't for Andy knowing the second one, I would say it's impossible that a species is immortal. And can we talk about
We
that
need to
for a
spend
second?
some more time on that. Yes.
that should be a whole podcast. Maybe we should reach out to the stuff you should know, guys. Talk about this immortal species of jellyfish because that is unfathomable.
They,
Yeah,
they
it can
Benjamin Button.
It can revert to infancy.
That's-
I've read about this before, and I was like, wow,
Dude,
shocking.
that's incredible.
Yeah, they obviously can still succumb to predators and stuff, but they're biologically immortal.
That's insane. That is an insane fact. So have they when you came across this, Al Borland, did they say the oldest known jellyfish in existence? Did they like?
No, I didn't see anything about that.
Okay.
Now looks to be 8 years old.
It's probably pretty hard to tag a jellyfish.
We got to carbon date them, man.
Oh, that's crazy. All right.
All right,
round
come on,
three.
Mike. Take us home.
All right, here we go.
Using genome editing tools, Harvard scientists were able to store an animated GIF of a galloping horse in the DNA of bacteria.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it makes sense, man. Ones and zeros. It makes sense. Everything is ones and zeros.
Okay.
Fact number 2, the opposite of paranoia is called pronoia, the suspicion that everyone is conspiring to help you.
Oh my goodness.
That seems like such a lie.
Paranoia.
That would be great
Pronoia.
if you had that.
Oh my gosh.
Wait,
This podcast.
Wait, hold on. You trying to help me? You trying to help me again?
out? Oh.
You wait a minute. Are you on my side here? I'm a little paranoid right now.
I'm a little, this guy's paranoid. Due to selective breeding, this is fact 3. Due to selective breeding, the average modern horse now puts out the equivalent of 1.2 horsepower compared to the output calculated when the term was originally coined in the 18th century by James Watt.
That has to be true. I mean, it's just so clear and obvious. I mean, look at every
Also,
species.
Why do we use horsepower now? Like, what is happening?
Because it's a frame of reference, right? Like, if we said this has
Jason,
1,000
let me ask you-
gigajoules of power, that means nothing to me.
Okay, Jason.
How powerful is a horse,
How's
Jay?
1 horsepower?
But I'm not. I get what you're saying, but I'm not comparing it to a
How
horse.
powerful is a horse?
I'm not comparing it to a horse. I'm comparing it to a 300 horsepower car. I know, like, the frame of reference. I know that metric now. I don't think, now, if I had 300 horses over here, I could run really fast.
All right. I think that one's true. I think that one
that's
makes
true.
sense.
I think that one's a lie. I'm going to believe that a horse,
okay.
when they
All right.
determined horsepower, they quantified it at that point in time.
Does that mean if we go by true horsepower that cars are slower now? Like, well, it was 300 horsepower car, but now it's 250 horsepower. Horses got a lot stronger.
If they updated it, yeah.
Well, the horses, that's what they're saying. Horses did get stronger.
Yeah,
And it
so
makes
we should,
sense.
We should lower
I
our
just want to
horsepower.
go 0-3. So I'm going to go with that one as the lie.
Oh man, I get the ones and zeros thing. I get it, but why? Why would Harvard scientists be like, I want to
Why
put an
not,
animated
man?
GIF of a galloping
Yeah,
horse
I'm with
on the
Andy.
DNA?
Why
of
not?
Also, 2 horse
bacteria?
lies in one round.
Or is it 2 horse truths in one noun? And he's trying to help us, and we're being pronoid about it. Oh, I'm switching. I'm going to I'm going to be pronoid here. He's helping us. I'm calling the paranoia positivity. Pronoia is the lie.
This is where I'm very upset. I don't remember more about in science class getting all the science prefixes. Like I assume that para means like out to harm. Is that what? How would you break down that word? So
Well, you think
have
about
para and you have
paranoia,
noia.
paranormal. Para must mean something about like some
Extra?
kind of negativity. Yeah.
Well, why is paranormal a bad word?
Well, it's different.
Yeah. No,
it's
you're
like
right. It could be
outside of. Oh, this is terrible. I'm pronoia. I'm locking it in.
It seems
Let's
like
go.
a good bet.
Let's go.
Jason?
Oh, we did. It can before Al.
What are you locking
before
in?
you have to? Mike and I both locked in that the paranoia pronoia is the lie. But before you lose for the first time ever, Al, I want to say this has just been a delight. I have learned so much about upside down animals peeing and immortal jellyfish. This has been a delight. Now walk the plank.
I too have enjoyed this. And I did think coming out of round 2 that this might be the last time we got to do Liar Liar on the show, but luckily it won't be because I'm still undefeated.
No, that's impossible.
The lie there, Andy got that one right there. The lie was the horsepower.
Oh my goodness. So Andy didn't even get to go 0-3. Nobody's happy.
Wow. Yeah,
I've let
so give us-
everybody down.
It's good for the fans. We get more of this segment
Oh
in
my
the
gosh.
The
future.
fans want you to burn, Owl.
I don't think that's true. I think they want us to
No.
burn.
Yeah.
I
what is
apologize
the-
to my family.
What is the horsepower? What's the facts behind it? Do you know the details?
I have no idea. It's just
Oh,
me.
Just
man.
made it up. Dude, you are such a
That's
good
such a
liar.
yeah.
You gotta go play some poker or something.
There is no way this guy's not laundering money
Hold
from
on,
us.
hold on. Okay. Hold on. James Watt. Is that a made up person?
I feel like it's not, but I really don't know. It was in my it's in the recesses of my mind. But
As
He
I
goes
now
into his
read,
liar room and he figures these things out.
well, as we're now like talking about power, and he's James Watt.
yeah, no, he's
like,
a real person. He's a mechanical engineer, Scottish
Okay.
inventor.
Wow. Okay.
Dang it, man! All right,
I was
Well
thinking of
done.
JJ Watt.
defeated.
Time to draft.
The Spitballers Draft.
All right. Jason's got the first pick, and we are doing a craft supply store battle royale. We are fighting one another inside of a craft store, as some were known to do.
Oh,
This
yeah.
would be one of the places where, not that any, the supermarket or the Home Depot, these are not places that fights should break out. But somehow a craft
Sure.
store seems
Really?
like an even worse place for a fight to break
Well-
out, because I'm imagining.
I've
you know.
actually seen as many fights to the death in a craft store as I have anywhere.
Andy,
That's
do you
true.
realize how much we are up against this? Being that Jason,
I know.
lives in a craft store.
I
Yeah,
know. He
my-
does.
It's true. My wife is a. We have stock in all craft stores. We own Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Those
Yeah,
are
they're
those
the
are our
owners.
stores. And I get the first pick. So here's what I'm going to do. Here's
Yeah,
what
if
I'm
you
gonna
lose,
do.
it would be
To
embarrassing.
to make it easier for you guys. I know what the best item in a craft store is. I'm very confident in it. And I thought about this heading into this draft. I am not going to take it. I'm going to give you two gentlemen the chance to not let it come
Interesting.
back to me, because I want it bad, but
Interesting.
I feel like, I gotta take a foot off of myself here so it's a fair fight. Instead, I'm gonna start with a heavy duty staple gun. Okay, get a little bit of range. You get a staple to the eye, I say goodbye because you gone. And I'm gonna take, because I'll say this: if I'm coming at you and you've got a heavy duty staple gun and you're rocketing these staples at me, I'm not. Like, I'm a baby. I'm tucktailing and run, and I
Now,
expect you
here's
two
the
to do the
problem.
same.
Here's the problem. I have no choice but to believe you. But inside my heart, I don't think that a staple gun you can get at a craft store has
Oh.
any kind of projectile speed.
There are
When
two.
he said little bit of range, he meant little bit of
No,
range.
no, 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 no,
He
no,
meant
no,
like
no.
6 to 8 inches.
Look, I'm kind of an expert here. If you look up a staple gun on any one of these sites, you're going
On
to
a
find two
construction
options.
site.
You're going to find two options always. You will find a light-duty staple gun, and you will find a heavy-duty staple gun. You want to hang up your Christmas trees or your Christmas lights on your house, you get the heavy-duty staple gun.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, and you want to know where you can get it? You can get it from my hands as I stand over you. You could try to take it out because that's my object while I'm shooting staples into your
Look,
flesh.
let's not. First of all, we accidentally handed Jason some sort of authority that he's now trying to use against us in
All
this
right.
draft. I don't think they shoot very far, but that's a
I-
good pick.
It's up to the people.
Yeah.
Like if they actually shoot staples, then sure, that's dangerous.
Yeah, there you go.
Apparently, if you get hit in the eye, you instantly die, according to Jason in his argument.
If you
You
lose
wouldn't
your
die,
vision,
but-
you are not going to win this fight to the death. I'm going to go
Yeah.
ahead and throw that out there.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, am I up next here?
You are.
I am going to go with a little bit of chemical warfare.
Oh, okay.
I'm taking some paint thinner, and
Oh,
I'm gonna
Oh.
try to.
What
is this
are
like
you-
is this a cloth over the nose while
yeah,
you're
like a
No, this is
what,
more
like an
like
ether?
chloroform?
I mean,
Formaldehyde? What are
if
they-
necessary, but I don't want to get it on my hands. So this is more me just. I'm gonna pop the top, and when you come running at me, I'm gonna
Okay.
2 hands under, and I'm throwing a
all right.
thing of paint
Okay.
thinner on you,
All right.
Interesting.
Okay.
and then
So
you're gonna
what
have to
I-
figure out how to get that off of
So
you
what I'm going to have to do is I'm
before
going to
you
have to
get cancer in 20 years.
I'm going to have to close my eyes for a couple seconds. And that's
If it gets
could
on
be
your
tough.
skin, you're going to be calling the fire department. I know that.
really? Does
Oh,
paint-
yeah. Paint thinner is bad.
Oh yeah, super flammable.
Super
No, I know
chemical
it's-
burning on your skin.
I'm
oh,
just
yeah.
saying-
Oh, it doesn't do that.
No, that's what I don't think.
No.
If I poured paint thinner all over my arm, I think my arm's going to be fine. I should go rinse it off. But and
Really?
maybe Owl knows better. I don't think it's going to do anything to me. I don't want it in my eyes. I don't want it
Yeah.
in my mouth.
No, it's not going to burn you or anything.
Yeah,
not
this
acid.
is this
It'll
is
dry
not-
your skin out.
Oh,
might
that's
might
true.
need some lotion.
Nice number one pick, Andy.
I thought it was really bad for you.
Oh man, chemical warfare. It smells
All right.
bad. Like it could. I'm going to lose some brain cells for sure when I inhale a little bit of that paint thinner. So you like we'll kill you in this battle royale, but later that'll come to bear on us.
I'm
All
reading
right.
that you could get some redness. There could be some redness and
could
some
be some
burning. There
redness
could be
and
some
some
Slight
burning.
irritation.
There could be. You guys are going to be a little bit uncomfortable as you pursue.
All right. So
Wow,
far,
I
so
really
good on
blew
my
that
number one
one.
pick coming back to
All
me.
right, Mike. Try to
I-
beat that.
I am like tilted now because I have
I've never YouTube paint thinner. That's what I,
I
just learned.
like I just wrote down my list, my short list, and I figured there was two things that would easily go, but now Jason with his demeanor over there, like I feel like he's lording over me
Oh,
and knows
man.
something that I don't.
You better take it.
Okay, well,
Although I will be really upset if you take it. So
so with my first pick, as one who has felt the unfortunate sting of this weapon.
I think you just
which
drafted felt. Is that right?
No,
You just
no,
darn.
that is not true. Although felt would protect me easily from your paint thinner. I will take an X-Acto knife.
okay, that's on my
Because-
list for sure.
Those things are super dangerous if you are making any sort of slashing motion. And man,
Yeah.
all right.
What you got, Mike?
I mean, how is it not scissors?
Oh, that's a
I'll take-
decent one.
I'm gonna take a giant pair of metal scissors, crafting scissors,
Can
and
I-
an X-Acto knife. I have two blades here.
Can I make an upgrade to your pick?
Sure.
Shears.
Fabric shears.
scissors?
Oh,
Yeah,
fabric.
yeah. Yeah,
fabric
fabric.
shears. Those things are killers. I mean, I
That was
talk-
my pick, guys. That was my first pick. You don't remember that? I
Yeah,
picked
no.
fabric shears. I wrote it
that-
down.
That was
So
a great
you're
pick.
telling me, Jason, that an X-Acto knife and pair of fabric shears are not your number one pick?
They are not my number one pick.
Oh man, I am fascinated.
Yeah.
This is going to be great.
Because I think in real combat, I think I've got a better. I think I've got a better
I am
weapon. here.
taking.
all right.
All right, so you've got you're dual wielding an X-Acto knife and
I've
fabric
got blades
shears.
for days.
You got blades for days, as they say. I'm gonna. It's hard to follow up paint thinner, to be honest.
You're
But
going to need a lighter.
um,
Do they sell lighters?
that's you know what?
All of a sudden, it makes your first pick decent.
I don't know if they sell lighters.
I don't
I'm going
either.
to take
They sell candles.
the
They have to sell-
equivalent of an anvil. I am taking a sewing machine, and I'm going to wallop you on the head with it.
Oh my word!
I drafted your pick.
I
Andy-
hope you're working out, man.
Oh my word! You are so close. I thought you were going to take it, and then you got the worst thing I could ever think of. You were so close. I thought for sure you got it. Then you got a sewing machine. What are you're going to toss this thing at us
I'm
once?
going to hit you with it like an anvil.
As
If
long
you
as we
toss a
stand
sewing machine at me,
3
and-
feet max.
I mean, I could easily dodge that sewing machine, and then it's out of
I'm
your
going
hands.
to blunt force hit. I'm not throwing it. Nobody, you put that in my mouth. I'm not throwing
Oh,
it. I'm
man.
swinging it. I'm
Well,
swinging
you want to
it
know
around.
what? All right, Mom, we're back to my number one pick. You want to know what you would find right next to that sewing machine? A freaking iron, a full corded iron that I can swing around, and that is an anvil. It's a ball and chain. Imagine a heavy iron.
I am, and I'm imagining it connected to an electrical cord.
Yes, and if I swing that thing at you,
Then that thing is ripping off the electrical. It is
Oh.
detaching in about 3 swings.
the only time it detaches is after your
No.
head is gone. I'm
no,
telling
that
you.
thing is
First
ripping. There's
first
no
of all,
way.
I'm plugging that thing in. Okay.
Okay, well, then I'll
And
stand
it's-
6 feet away from you, and I'll be very safe.
No, this is
You're
just
gonna
start
get
the
hit
fight.
with the
He's
mist.
gonna
This
warm
is-
it up
this
and then
is-
he'll swing it.
It's going to be a
I know where he's
scalding.
going.
I'm going to have a scalding hot, heavy anvil on a cord. This, if we were to go to a
I
craft
just
store and we were to
drafted
fight,
An anvil that you said was stupid that
Yeah,
I was going to
because-
hit people with, and then you drafted an anvil to hit people with.
because I can hit people with mine, you're going to toss a heavy sewing machine.
It's like a
I will
handle.
step
You can
out
grab
of-
the top of a
I
sewing
will
machine.
step out of the way, and you won't get close enough to me because this is at least
Out
a
of-
6
let
foot
me
cord,
take
if
a
not
poll.
an 8 foot cord.
Let me, if not an 8-foot cord, let me take a poll here.
Okay.
Al, would you prefer to be hit in the head with a sewing machine made out of metal or an iron made out of metal?
That's not really a fair question. The question should be, if I'm in a fight, would I rather you have a sewing machine or an iron? And I would much rather
You
my
don't.
opponent...
I took a poll. It's a poll from me. It's not you rewording my question. Well,
Andy,
you want
how much
hit in the
does
because
head.
I
sewing
don't
machine-
think you can hit me in the head with the sewing machine, and I
How much does it
would
weigh?
fear that Jason could hit me in the head with an iron.
How
Oh,
much
that
does a
sewing
sewing
machine
machine weigh?
Yeah.
Probably 20 pounds. 10 pounds.
Right.
10 pounds.
And you're confident that you could swing with like actual speed.
You will
20
be
pounds.
digging the paint thinner out of your eyes when I swing this thing.
If you took a 20-pound dumbbell, now if I got hit with that, yes, that would hurt. It would
You're darn
absolutely
right
hurt.
it would.
You will never be able to hit me with a 20-pound dumbbell ever. Not
While,
in,
while you're swinging, I'm taking a nap. I'm going to order a pizza, and then it will be halfway. So I'll probably have to go to the bathroom from indigestion from the pizza. Then I will come back, and
And
then
you'll
I will
just step to
slightly
the
step out of the way.
What's your third pick, Jason? What's your third pick?
All right, my third pick here is
I'm glad I can entertain you too.
I'm gonna
love it.
I'm gonna take my item. I'm gonna break it into 2 items. I'm going with a paper cutter.
I'm drafting 2 more.
Okay. And
Okay.
I'm ripping that blade off the paper cutter, and I got a sword and shield, my friend.
Well, you've already been bludgeoned by a sewing
I
machine
will
while you're
give
trying
you
to rip
25
it off.
Well,
minutes
I
to
did
try to
step
rip
back.
that thing off.
Oh, okay. I will just unscrew it then. That
With what?
With what?
What?
I can
with
break.
what?
I can stand on.
Mike, Mike,
if
come
I
put your
stood-
hand in this thing so I
I'm
can
with
chop
Andy.
your hand off.
If
I'm
I
with Andy.
stood
You're not
on,
breaking it.
There's no. Okay.
You're not
Hold
breaking
on.
it. If
All
I
right, hold
stood
on.
on it, you're getting.
We're gonna prove this. I'm gonna
Wait,
buy
what?
one. But we're shipping one to the studio. Let's get on this because if I can't
No,
break it
apparently
in
we're
5
gonna
minutes,
buy one, Mike, based on that.
That's right. We're
5
all gonna go
minutes? No, it's a battle to the death, man. You have 2 tries.
I
This
can
is-
break that thing off for sure.
All right, so you took
All right.
a paper cutter, and it's back to me.
Yep.
I'm going to go with a wood burner because I can probably set the paint
Okay.
thinner on fire with it, and I could probably
Yeah,
burn you
could.
with it. It's kind
Wood
of like,
burner.
yeah,
Yeah, like you carve names into you can make cool
they
drawings
get
in our
blazing
skin.
hot. I can light the paint thinner on fire. I could engrave my
So
initials.
it looks like a soldering iron is what
Yeah.
it looks like.
Look, we're running out of picks here, Mike. I'm going with the wood burner.
oh no,
because-
I know what I'm taking.
Good.
All right. So I already have like blades for days, as we have talked about. I am going to take. We've seen this move several times. If you watch any type of martial arts movie and
Oh,
you
no.
see someone reach into their pocket, you know what's coming out. It's chalk, baby. I'm taking crushed chalk and I am throwing that in your face, and you will be blinded. Blinded.
Wait, what movies are they pulling chalk out of their pockets?
You acting like you've never seen Bloodsport?
Bloodsport. He pluralized it, but there was one really famous
I've never
movie.
seen that movie, therefore I
Oh,
did not
well.
know about
And
it.
I stand by it. Had that not been Jean-Claude Van Damme, that fight would have been over because of the blinding
Okay.
chalk
But,
dust.
but to be clear, the one that got chalked won the fight.
yeah, because he was
Okay,
Jean-Claude. You're
just making sure.
Okay, and also I will check my sources. Jason Moore is not Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's true. I can never do the splits.
I would like to see the splits.
Not happening.
John-Claude Van Damme could rip off that paper cutter
All
blade
right.
in 1
I
second.
can't even make a wide A. I am a regular A in my splits. That is as
I'm
far
a
as I go.
lowercase a.
I'm more of an H.
All right. And this is perfect because
More of an H. That deserves credit. That was a good one.
I know that
Oh, my
Jason
gosh.
is number one. I'm not worried about Andy's items. Number two, Jason is over with his iron plugged in, waiting 10 minutes for this thing to heat up.
Yeah, they don't heat up very quick.
He is also spending
that point. The tip is ripping through your skull.
He's also taking another 5 minutes while I watch him struggle endlessly trying to rip the actual paper
He's also
cutter
loading
apart.
staples. He's loading staples into his gun too. He needs some time.
And I need some projectiles. I need some projectiles. You know what and I've got time. Like I said, I've got time to build. I'm going to build me some model rockets, baby. And I'm going to be firing these things. You know how fast a model rocket
I love that pick. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I love it.
It's
love
fun.
that pick.
It's fun. And I will say this, if that model
That thing will
rocket
rip
hits
your
me,
face off.
That's
if that model rocket hits me,
spectacular.
it's going to be a lot harder to dodge that than to dodge a sewing machine. But when it hits me, I'm probably going to say, ow.
Oh,
Pretty
no
loud.
way, man. You're gonna be. I'm gonna put some D engines in that bad boy. You'll be done. You'll be impaled.
I
The
love that
Patriots coming for you.
we're
Yeah,
going through the mental recesses of walking through craft stores with our mothers as kids and seeing all the model planes and the model rockets. Well done, Mike. That's my favorite pick in a long time. He's building model rockets.
I snorted.
And you need YouTube to build them. You know that.
Oh, you're darn right. I do. I don't remember how to do it. I'm gonna be calling my dad.
Dad, where do I put them?
No, wait. I got to put both clamps on the launcher.
So there's a chance you're shooting the rocket right into your own face. Got it.
Oh, there's 1,000% chance that it's not firing.
You're throwing. You're throwing that rocket.
Trying to launch a model rocket, it's impossible.
All right. I've realized, guys, you guys have made it clear to me that you think I'm not going to be able to catch you by surprise with a sewing machine.
No,
That's a fact.
So I'm going to need to disrupt a little bit of your, Mike's coming at me with a couple of shears.
yeah.
Jason's coming at me. He's going to have to get close with a staple gun. Look, I'm going to throw just a bucket of beads on the ground, and you will slip,
yeah.
and you will fall, and then I will
Yeah.
crush you with that sewing machine, and I will burn my initials into your corpse.
Home Alone style. You'll get them. Yeah, I like it, man.
And then
wood
once I
burner.
brand you, I'm going to pour some paint thinner into the wound.
That's right.
That's
I will.
right.
Oh.
You'll give me. If
That-
only you
that'll work.
drafted marbles, because I think the beads I could just walk on.
I don't. I'm trying
You
to.
can't-
I'm staying
no.
in a craft store. Marbles. They don't sell marbles there, do
Linoleum
they?
on-
What are you talking
Beads
about?
and
Yeah,
linoleum.
you can build like the marble
Marbles
sets.
are from a toy store, aren't they?
No, you can definitely get marbles at a craft
All right,
store.
I'm staying.
Can you?
I'm staying in the lane of a craft store here,
I like
Jason.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. I like it.
bicycle.
I'll take a 22. Okay, some craft stores I'm sure out in Texas sell them. All right, so
Jason,
I've got one last pick, and I've got two things that I really want.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think here. Let's see. What is my roster right now? I've got a heavy duty staple gun. I'm trying to think. Do I need
I like
ranged?
that it keeps throwing in heavy duty. Like,
Well, because there's two kinds you get. I mean, just search staple gun.
We're
and
not
you'll
mistaking a soft duty.
we need to, yeah, like light duty. We need to go over to the other man, Owl Borland. Please weigh in on the heavy duty staple gun.
You're not going to hit anybody that's very far from you, that's for sure. And if you do, say they're 4 feet from you and you manage to hit them, it's going to flick right off of them.
The issue is I'm getting them to run away. The issue is I'm getting them to be scared of getting hit by a staple gun.
Okay. All right.
That's just fear. That's
and
stage
then the
one of
beads
war.
come out.
Now, if you get someone like actually with a staple gun, aren't you just closing the wound?
Unless it's the eye, Mike. I'm only aiming eyes.
No, you're giving him more points, Mike, because if you use those shears and X-Acto knives, he can close his own wounds.
All right, look.
He's
Mike's,
staple gunning himself.
That's true.
Mike
First
has
aid.
Mike
Yeah.
has some blades. I'm gonna come at him with my blades. I've already got a paper cutter blade. I am taking
Maybe.
I'm taking a rotary cutter.
Rotary
Those-
cutter is on my list.
Those things are, I can speak from experience, they are
Yes.
crazy sharp, and I could just run this thing all
Now,
over you.
I know exactly what that is, but also, what is that?
So a rotary cutter, it's a. Have you
a
ever cut a
circle
pizza?
blade.
You ever cut a pizza
Oh,
with a
yeah.
pizza cutter? It's
Dang
the
it.
same thing in a different package.
My
I'm
wife brought
drafting
that
a-
one up as an idea for me, and I didn't know what it was.
I'm drafting
And
a pizza
it's a
cutter.
razor blade as opposed to a pizza cutting blade. It's very
Can you
sharp.
use it on pizza? Double
Sure.
sharp?
you
It's
could.
probably an upgrade for a pizza cutter.
Okay.
It'll cut right through a pizza.
I remember helping my daughter with a craft project for school, and I had we were using a rotary cutter, and we're trying to like cut. I think we're cutting construction paper. So I'm using a ruler, and we're lined up with the construction paper. But I am just taking chunks out of this ruler, man. Like it could not withstand the rotary cutter. Those things are serious.
They are sharp.
Oh my goodness!
I was thinking about taking spray paint. Some kind of. Again, I'm going for the eyes, but rotary cutter. I'll just go for the neck.
I've got a bunch of just incredible.
Your lineup is amazing, Andy. And I will say this: if we were in a wrestling or boxing match, we were in a cage match. It just you versus me. We don't have anything in there.
Yeah.
I would prefer to give you a sewing machine that you use in this fight. Like I would want you to also try. Like this is to your advantage.
It just takes one hit, Jay. Just
That's
one
true.
hit.
But it just takes 2 swings and you're tired.
I thought about drafting some pillow stuffing, just as protection for like
thought about
blunt force
pillow
trauma.
Armor. Yeah.
Pillow armor
against Mike's blades.
I had
duct tape?
that. Oh, duct tape. That's solid.
Breaking a picture frame and taking the glass out of it.
Yeah, I had giant mirror.
Ooh, yeah.
I had glass ornaments. Because,
that's
all the
not
Christmas
bad.
stuff is there.
That's a Home Alone thing too.
It is. That's what I thought of. And then I don't know what exactly to call them, but the yarn stick, the yarn
I have
needle.
that. Yeah, the
yarn stick
knitting needle. Large knitting needle.
I mean, like you talk about getting someone in the eye. You get someone with that thing, it's over.
Is there something you can do with a glue gun?
Yeah, so glue gun was on my list, but it's one of those things where it's not going to injure you. It's just going to hurt, but
it's really similar to Jason's iron, just a lot lighter.
Well, I mean, if I swung a glue gun around, you would get hit and you'd go, "Ow, stop!" And then if I swung an iron around, you'd go, and you're on the ground. You're gone. It's the best pick of this whole thing. Let's go in that cage match and give me an iron and you a sewing machine. Let's go to work. I also had it's seasonal, but how about a pumpkin carving kit?
I mean, like plastic screws and stuff.
Well, no, like they're just
they got
all
a little
those little
blade
blades.
in it, but those blades break right in half.
They break with a pumpkin.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never gotten through a pumpkin with one of those things.
All right,
my final one was spray paint. I figured that spray paint to the face is very much like mace.
Yeah.
But I went with the chalk. Yeah.
Very nice. You went the chalk pick. All right.
What did we learn today?
I know
through
what
the
I
liar
learned.
liars section.
I learned that global invisibility is a terror that I do not want as a superpower for half of humanity.
I learned what paint thinner really is. Unfortunately.
Look, it's good for paint. Not good for harming skin. I learned there's a jellyfish that can live forever if it wants, which doesn't make any sense.
We learned so much, and that Al is still undefeated. Also, Al, you're fired. You are no longer employed.
Sorry about
Fire.
But get this show up first, please.
You got it.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to the Spitballers podcast. To see what other nonsense the guys are up to, check out SpitballersPod.com.